Episode number 369. To interminable, ineffaceable infamy. You. Repeated I. Oh, I declare to you, Felton, I thought him mad. Yes, I. Replied he. Oh, leave me. Said I. Begone, if you do not desire to see me dash my head against that wall before your eyes. Very well, it is your own doing. Till tomorrow evening, then. Till tomorrow evening, then. Replied I, allowing myself to fall, and biting the carpet with rage. Felton leaned for support upon a piece of furniture, and milady saw, with the joy of a demon, that his strength would fail him perhaps before the end of the recital. 57 means for classical tragedy. After a moment of silence employed by milady in observing the young man who listened to, milady continued the recital. It was nearly 3 days since I had eaten or drunk anything. I suffered frightful torments. At times they passed before me clouds which pressed my brow, which veiled my eyes. This was delirium. When the evening came I was so weak that every time I fainted I thanked God, for I thought I was about to die. In the midst of one of these swoons I heard the door open. Terror recalled me to myself. He entered the apartment followed by a man in a mask. He was masked likewise, but I knew his step, I knew his voice, I knew him by that imposing bearing which hell has bestowed upon his person for the curse of humanity. Well, said he to me, have you made your mind up to take the oath I requested of you? You have said Puritans have but one word. Mine you have heard, and that is to pursue you, on earth to the tribunal of men, in heaven to the tribunal of God. You persist, then? I swear it before the God who hears me. I will take the whole world as a witness of your crime, and that until I have found an avenger. You are a prostitute, said he, in a voice of thunder, and you shall undergo the punishment of prostitutes. Branded in the eyes of the world you invoke, try to prove to that world that you are neither guilty nor mad. Then, addressing the man who accompanied him, executioner, said he, do your duty. Oh, his name, cried Felton. His name, tell it me. Then in spite of my cries, in spite of my resistance, for I began to comprehend that there was a question of something worse than death, the executioner seized me, threw me on the floor, fastened me with his bonds, and suffocated by sobs, almost without sense, invoking God, who did not listen to me, I uttered all at once a frightful cry of pain and shame. A burning fire, a red hot iron, the hand of the executioner, was imprinted on my shoulder. Felton uttered a groan. Here, said milady, rising with the majesty of a queen. Here, Felton, behold the new martyrdom invented for a pure young girl, the victim of the brutality of a villain. Learn to know the heart of men, and henceforth make yourself less easily the instrument of their unjust vengeance.